Good morning. Just a quick check-in before I head out for the day. It is May 25th. It's Memorial Day, and we got back yesterday from our trip to New Brunswick. My mom, my sister, and I headed up there to see my younger sister and her family. Her oldest daughter, who is in high school, had her first big play. So we went up to see that, took mom up to see Aisley in her play, and it was wonderful. We had a wonderful trip in the car. It was about maybe 13, 14 hours. My sister has an electric car, so we had to stop to charge every couple hours. But it was wonderful. We always get out and walk around, and sometimes it's at a store, so we go in and just walk around the store or something. So yeah, we don't mind. We enjoy it. Saved a lot of money on gas, which was great. Yeah, we just had a wonderful time with her family, with my sister's family, and yeah, it was just great, all around great. Yeah, I think I actually lost a pound over the weekend. But so how I handle traveling with the way I eat is I just bring all my own food. We had a cooler in the back, and I just figure out my meals for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, pack everything, make everything, freeze what I can, bring it frozen, and then it's usually fine. Some meals I end up having to eat room temperature because there's no microwave, or that's just how I mean, I'm kind of like that anyways. I'm a room temperature person. I don't need hot food. So there's a lot of things that work in my favor just because of my personality. But this time mom and Steph also did the same thing. They brought stuff to eat, some meals and their breakfast and things like that. So yeah, so it was great. We all kind of did that, and the only meal we ate out was Friday night. There we went with the whole entire family went out to eat before the play. And yeah, it was good. I got a grain bowl, so it was, I guess, just brown rice, but it was brown rice and quinoa with some vegetables on it and guacamole, and that was it. I didn't get any of the dressing on it. So really there was no oil or salt. It definitely didn't seem like they salted it. Yeah, so it was good. I was able to stick to all green light foods, and with the guacamole, had some good fat in there, and the grains, yeah, it was pretty filling, so that went well. I almost treated myself to a veggie burger, but honestly, I love grain bowls, and I don't know, there's just something, once I let myself go down a certain road, I start obsessing with the food, and I can't let go of it, and it just opens the floodgates and uncontrollable, and I just obsess over it. And and it wasn't so much the veggie burger, because I think it was like their own homemade veggie burger and not like super processed store stuff. But it was the French fries. Oh, I love French fries, but one portion would not have been enough. I would have eaten, if anyone had any. It's just with my personality, I just, still at this stage anyways, I just am too obsessed with things. It's just best to stay away from it. So I was just happy with my grain bowl. And plus I'm trying to shift from going out to eat. It was about being with each other rather than the food I could get. And, so I'm trying not, food doesn't always have to be the treat. Like, why should I treat myself with food? Why can't I treat myself with my sister's company? Like, I don't know. We're so food centric, and food is always the treat. And I'm also kind of like that with holidays. Just because it's Christmas Day doesn't mean that I should treat myself by pigging out and overdoing it. I mean, why don't I treat myself with the time I get to spend with people, or something non-food, you know, so I'm trying to change, and it's working. I'm doing it. Yeah, so overall it was very successful. Yeah, you know, and the really wonderful thing was, not that this is the very first time, but Mom really did well with bringing her own food and sticking to it, and all of that. And I think she's starting to realize some things. Her and I have been working closely on, you know, foods that make her feel good and foods that don't, and why it does that, and kind of everything I've been going through, like analyzing it. And she said this was one of the first times while traveling that she didn't feel bloated or super fatigued or, you know, bad. And she's like, it's because she stuck to her whole food, plant-based, while she was traveling. She didn't have the extra salt and sugar and stuff like that. So that was nice to hear. Her and I talked a little bit, and I said, it is nice to know that even if you're not in your home environment, you can still control what you put in your body. That's up to you. Like, that doesn't usually leave your control. Obviously, there are times where you just have to make the best choice. I do want to say, I don't ever want to make it sound like that was incredibly easy. I have been doing this long enough that it wasn't like a huge switch or change. I've been bringing my own food for traveling for several years now. But I also want to recognize that I have the lifestyle that allows me to prepare all of that. Like, I spent Wednesday, because of my job, like, you know, owning my own business and stuff like that. I was able to take Wednesday and make my food. So, I mean, I have been in situations where I haven't had the time to make food, and I just do the best I can. So I don't want to make it sound like everyone should do this. It's the easiest thing in the world, because it's not. It's a huge amount of work, and I don't have little children running around. You know, like I'm able to do this. So yeah, I just want to make sure I'm fortunate enough to be in a situation where I can take the time and prepare. And I also travel with people that allow me to bring a cooler of stuff. So, you know, I have so many things that make this possible. I absolutely recognize where people may not have that option. So in the end, you just do the best you can, and hey, you know, I mean, that's all you can do. Make the best decisions that you can. And yeah. So anyways, it was wonderful, and it just feels so good to be back home. I really missed Annie. My dad took care of her while we were gone, and he's so funny. He would text me, and he's like, Annie ran over to see me when I came up to feed her, and she would always go say hi to him and stuff. So it was very sweet. Usually Mom is the one that takes care of her when I'm gone. So yeah, it's lovely to be back. Since it's Memorial Day, we have off. And that was weird. I thought I just saw something run under my bed, and Annie's right here. That was a little freaky. Okay. It's fine. But yeah, so we have today off. It's rainy, but I think we might still grill. I've tried, Rip Esselstyn has sausage, like kielbasa type thing recipe, and I've tried that before, and that was really good. But there's another person online that's Ella Vegan? Sorry, I think that's it. Really great recipes, whole foods and everything. So she has a sausage recipe that is beans, and I'm going to do buckwheat. And yeah, so I'm going to make that today. But it's off to the gym first. That was the other thing. I was able to keep exercising. Our hotels had a little gym. So, like I always do, I think the thing that helps me traveling is I stick to my time routines and all my other routines. So again, I'm able to do that. It naturally fits my personality. So, you know, The only morning I didn't get up and exercise was Saturday morning. But that's because we got to bed a little bit later. But, you know, I kind of go to bed around the same time if our schedule allows, if we're at the hotel. I wake up at the same time. I go out and I do my yoga and my exercise, and I have my juice, and it really helps me transition to traveling and then transition to being home again. If I can stick to my schedule as much as possible. Yeah. So I brought my little jar of fermented food, which was hilarious because I don't think I told my sister who we were traveling together. I didn't tell her that I had started several weeks ago, had started taking sauerkraut, eating sauerkraut or kimchi for two times a day for my gut. And we were in the car driving, and I had this ball jar with a sleeve on it so you couldn't see what was in it, and we live with our whole life as ball jars, so we put everything in ball jars. And I opened it, and of course sauerkraut is a very distinct smell. So I opened it, and she's like, "What are you eating?" And I was like, "It's sauerkraut." And she's like, "New rule, no sauerkraut in the car." And I yelled back to Mom in the backseat. I'm like, "Mom, Steph's trying to kill my gut microbiome," because she wouldn't let me. It was so funny. Anyway, she's a very... her and I are very opposite, and I test her patience a lot because I'm me and I don't change who I am. But just because we're traveling. So anyways, it's really funny. But she was very patient with me and let me have my sauerkraut. But yeah, new rule. I did stick to that. She puts up with a lot from me, so I would only have my sauerkraut if we stopped and I was outside the car. So anyways, it's hilarious. We find our differences very funny. Or at least I find them funny. She over time has found them funny. But, alright, so, yeah, so it was great. Yeah, I you know what, it was just so wonderful to see my niece and nephews, and it was great to see her in the play. She was just wonderful. She wants to be an actor, wants to go to school for acting, so it was really great to see her yeah, just be so comfortable in front of a crowd. And it's just one of those things. She's a fairly shy girl, so yeah, so it was great. And it was really great for her. She's the oldest, so the youngest, my sister has 5 kids, so I think the youngest is maybe 7. So it was really great for her younger brothers to see her outside of the house, in a different light. Even one of her brothers said to me, it was so weird to see her doing something so different like that and acting like that. And so I think it's always great when you're a kid to see your family members as human beings and, actually have a life outside the home. So yeah, it was great. Yeah, the whole thing was just lovely. So I'm back. I'm feeling good. Sleep. Wait, one little update on sleep. Sleep is going good. First of all, when I travel, I sleep really well, which is so odd. But sleep is going better. I got a new pill. It's a hard tablet. I have been looking for hard tablets or time release, melatonin, or valerian, that kind of thing. Because I realize I need helps later in the night. So it needs to be a hard pill or a time release pill, because I don't need help from like 8 to midnight. I need help from midnight to 4. So anyways, I did find one of those, and I think it's actually helping. So I haven't had a restless night or a night that I'm up for hours or wake up at 1. Yeah, so it's been really good. But yeah, so we'll see. I haven't really taken it when I'm not traveling because I just got it last week. But yeah, so we'll see, but I think I'm figuring out my sleep, so that's great. All right. Unfortunately, it is a rainy day here for our Memorial Day, so I think we are cooking out, but we're just gonna do it on the deck under cover. But yeah, so everyone have a wonderful day, and I will check in later. All right, bye guys.